Hey there, welcome back friends. In this video we will talk about how to test for exceptions. Now in order to save some time, I have already added a couple of methods in here, and these methods are super simple, where we are simply adding, subtracting, multiplying or dividing two variables, and we are simply returning the values. So super simple methods, and we have also added the test cases for the same. So let me show you. In here, the test cases are again very simple, where we have added some sample data, and for all of the methods, may it be add method, subtract method, multiply method or divide method, all the test cases will pass as of now. The expected and actual values are perfectly matching. So in here we are adding 10 and 30, we are subtracting 10 from 30, we are multiplying 10 and 30, and we are dividing 10 by 30, and the expected values are as follows. You can definitely pause this video and check out the code once if there is any confusion. Alright, so now if I simply run the test cases, then it will definitely give us a green bar. So this is cool. And there is one more thing. For example, in here we have this bar of JUnit. So there is something known as perspective, and we can change the position of this window. For example, we can bring this directly beside the project explorer. Even that is possible. We can also bring it directly in here. Let me show you. I can also make it happen in here. So everything is possible. Let me keep it just beside the project explorer. That is a good place. Alright, so now we have the test cases ready, and all the expected and actual values are perfectly matching each other. Perfect. But for example, in here, let me open up the class mathfunctions.java. So in here we can easily make out that we are returning a divided by b. For example, we pass the value of b as 0. There would be an exception. Let me show you. So in here, even though we are testing for expected and actual values, and in here, for example, we pass on 0, then what would be the outcome? How JUnit will handle the scenario? Let me show you. So in here there would be this crash, and this will say that there is a arithmetic exception, divide by 0. Well, the test is failing, right? So is it a proper scenario? Well, indeed, there should be a way where we should compare the exception which we receive, and if the exception is a proper exception, then we should pass the test, because the method divide is working properly. It should return an exception, and indeed it is returning an exception. But still, what JUnit is showing? This is showing one error and tests are getting failed. This is not correct, right? So in here we need to do something about this. In here, for example, we have this assert equals, which is nice, but in here what we will do, we will keep the assert equals as it is, but we will also make use of something known as, can you guess it? Well, there is something known as assert throws. So let me make use of it. Now friends, there are two parameters, expected type and executable. Now what is the expected type? This is the type of exception which we are expecting. So in here, to start with, we will simply make use of exception.class. And when it comes to executable, in here we need to pass on a lambda expression. So let me show you. So in here directly we will call in the method. So let me call in the method like this. This looks good. And when it comes to assert equals, we will again change this to 30. So now in here there would be two call to divide method. Firstly, we will test whether the divide method is working properly when we are passing a value as 10 and b value as 30. And then in line number 39, we are again calling the divide method by taking help of lambda. And in here we don't have a expected value, we expect a exception, right? So we are simply checking with the exception dot. So we are simply checking the exception dot class type. So as of now, we are checking the exception dot class type, and later down the line we will further discuss. So in here, let me rerun the test cases. Here we go. Now everything seems to be good enough. Now friends, indeed, we are like checking, we are comparing the exception by taking help of the mother exception class. Exception class is nothing but the super class for arithmetic exception class, right? So in here we can again make use of arithmetic exception class as well, and that would be rather a better practice. So let me check. So here is the arithmetic exception type. So in here it would be like arithmetic exception dot class, and we can rerun this test case, and again we will get a green bar. So this is nice, this is good. And in here, for example, we would like to add a additional what we say comment, additional message. Again, that is possible. So in here we can add a string as arithmetic exception expected, right? So this is nice, this is cool. Again, I can run the test case. Here we go. Now finally friends, in here we can like pass the executable directly. We can execute the method using the lambda expression. Indeed, using the lambda expression, we can also generate the messages. So in place of direct string, we can also do like this. Let me show you. So in here, we are again making use of lambda expression. I can again do the same for assert through. Here we go. Let me format things a little. Now friends, you might be asking that why we are doing like this, why we are passing the string as what? As a lambda expression. Well, if we do the thing like this, then it will improve the speed, improve the efficiency of test cases. Why? Because when it comes to lambda expression, the string will be generated, the string will be built only if the test is failed. And when it comes to directly passing the string, we have to create the string first, then only we can run the test case. So imagine it in this way. It is a recommended way to pass on the lambda expression, pass on the lambda expression for passing in the message for your assert methods. That's it. So whenever you are passing in any message, always try to use the lambda notation. That will improve the efficiency. That will improve the efficiency. That will improve the efficiency. That will improve the speed of the test cases. Alright. Now friends, you might be thinking that again, even adding a simple string, how much time it will take? Well, many times what happens is we build the strings. There are like multiple variables, there are like concatenations. In those kind of scenarios, string building may end up costing you some time. So it is always good to make use of the lambda notation in order to give the additional message for your assert method. Alright, so this is it for today's video, where we have seen the assert throws methods. In our next video, we will check out a couple of more things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.